Equal White, just popping in for a few moments this Monday morning to, of course, wish you a blessed week as always, but also to talk to some of you about the reasons why you're experiencing some anxiety and maybe how we can think about working through those things. Now, not as if there weren't enough issues going on in our nation, in our culture, in our society right now with people not being fed, people at risk of losing insurance, all sorts of calamity going on, all sorts of chaos. But many of you were already anxious before this, if we're being honest. And what I'm finding in some of my clients and just some people that I am in contact with or in connection with, one of the major reasons why I'm seeing anxiety today is some of my clients, you were the well child. You were the child that didn't give your parents any issues. You did well in school. You had extracurricular things that you did. You may have had a job. You helped bring in income. You weren't a behavioral issue. There weren't teacher parent conferences where your parents had to deal with your behavior in school. You did things at home, you cleaned up, you helped out, all the things. So you were the child that did not cause your parents any issues, where your siblings may not have been, that may not have been the case with them. So your parents neglected you in some forms because in their minds, they didn't have to do anything for you. You were pretty self sufficient, but in your mind and heart, you were being self sufficient so you wouldn't cause them any problems, not because you didn't need them. And some of your parents did not recognize that as such. So I am talking to both the child, or probably the adult child, of parents that thought you were doing just fine and didn't need them. And I am also talking to parents who currently have children who seem like they're well adjusted and doing well and don't need you as much as maybe one of your other children. Children need their parents no matter what the situation is, no matter what is going on in your life. Just because your child is doing well does not mean they don't need the attention. Just because you were doing well as that child doesn't mean that you did not need your parents' attention. So, for those of you who have kids that are very well adjusted, they seem to be doing well. Focus on those kids sometimes intentionally. Make sure that they know that they are still loved, that they are still wanted, they're still a part of the family, and that they don't have to act out. They don't have to do anything to get your attention, to feel loved, and to actually get your attention. They deserve your attention as well. But what I want to focus on is those of you who are already adults. You were that child who experienced that kind of behavior in your home. Now you're an adult, you're trying to figure out your life. You don't quite understand why things aren't going well for you emotionally, because they probably still are in other areas of your life. You're still not struggling. You have a job, you have all the things that you need, but there's still something that feels like it's missing, and it makes you anxious because you don't know what it is. So I want to focus on you all today. And if there's anybody in your life that you're seeing these issues with, because you were the child that was okay, nobody had to worry about you. They thought you were doing just fine. What happened was you figured things out. You figured out life on your own. You almost parentified yourself. And what I mean by that is you grew up too soon, even though you were a child, because you were really trying to remain the child that was not a behavior problem, that was not causing your parents grief, was not causing problems in the house. You started to think that that was going to get you the attention, that they were going to praise you for the good grades, praise you for the sports, the activities, the dance, whatever you were in. But you never got that either. And so, what I want to say to you is that you are okay. You were always okay. You were always fine, but you still needed the love from your parents. You're probably still not going to get it. Some of you, some of my clients are still waiting for your parents to turn that love towards you. And the issue is they're probably not going to do it. If you are 40, 50, 60 years old and your parents are still alive and you are still waiting for them to turn that love and affection and attention toward you that you always wanted, I want to tell you, I know this might sound heartbreaking and you might not want to believe me, but they're probably not going to. The answer is you giving that love to yourself, knowing that you are okay, knowing that your parents missed out on what you needed as a child. You can still give that to yourself today. You can turn that love that you always wanted in towards yourself. Now, what many of you have done is try to love other people the way that you want it to be loved. So now you're running on empty because you keep giving out the love that you wish you had, and those people aren't returning it to you either. So now you've come from a culture, meaning your family, where you didn't get that love. You tried to create that culture by loving other friends and family members, even your children, in that way. And nobody is returning that to you the way that you want to see it, the way that you want to feel it. So, what I am telling you is that you have to be able to turn that love inward towards yourself. Whatever it is that you needed then or you need now, still turn that in toward yourself. And yes, that is going to mean that you are probably going to have to take some of those things that you are giving to other people back and give them to yourself. It does not mean that you don't love the other people. You don't still shower them with everything that you have been showering with. But I take that back. Maybe not everything, because what you have been doing is also neglecting yourself in giving the love to others in hopes that they would turn it back on you, just like you did with your parents. And it's not happening. And you are burning yourself out. You are setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm and happy. And it only lasts for a short time, and they do not reciprocate. So, what I am telling you is that you need to turn that love back on yourself. And those of us who are followers of Christ, you have to remind yourself that God loves you the way that you did not get loved. But you are not focusing on the love of God. You are focusing on the love of man, and you keep getting disappointed perpetually. So, what I am telling you is that if you are a follower of Christ, lean into the love of God, lean into what Jesus did for you on the cross. Feel that love. You can even ask God to allow you to feel that love, for it to come over you, for it to shower you. If you're not a follower of Christ, I suggest that you look into that and maybe decide to be. But for now, if you are not, you can always remember to turn that love that you did not get, that you are still trying to pour out to other people, shower yourself with that love. Okay, so that you do not continue to feel neglected, so you do not continue to go without, so you do not continue to feel like you're just a piece of a person and that you're not loved and that you're not worthy of love, because you are loved and you are worthy of love. But you need to give those things to yourself. You need to seek that for yourself, but not from other people. If you continue to seek it from other people, you are going to continue to be disappointed. And that is one of the reasons why you have been anxious for a lot of your life. And you continue to be anxious now, despite all the things that are going on in our world that would make us anxious anyway. You were anxious before that. If you do not stop and start loving yourself better and feeling the love of Christ, allowing yourself to feel the love of Christ, you are going to continue down the path that you have been on, and it is going to lead you to destruction. It is going to lead you to start breaking down in your mind, your spirit, and your body if you do not stop and turn the love inward on yourself. Okay, so I hope that is helpful for some. If it is helpful for you, take it. If you need to go to therapy, if you need to find a coach, if you need to find a mentor, get the things that you need for yourself. It is important for you to turn the love inward. Okay, I hope you guys have a great week. I will be back next week, hopefully with more. But until then, be proactive about your mental health. Be well, and God bless.